David Moyes definitely deserves a chance. He's kept us up twice now. He definitely deserves a shot at it from the beginning of the season. And as you said, he's got to be backed by a Golden Sullivan. You know, we might have to ship some players out, and the players you've mentioned now, some of them probably will go. But no, look, David Moyes definitely deserves a chance. You know, he's got to get the fans. I think he's won a few fans around. There's a lot of people that were dead against him. I mean, I still see some people on Twitter saying after the game saying Moyes out and all things like that. And I'm just like, look, you got to give the bloke a chance. He's earned it. He's come back to us. You know, he's not kicked up any fuss. He's just got on with it. And
who else are we going to get right now? Who else?
The first 19 games under Pellegrini, we got 19 points. The 19 games under Moyes, we got 20 points. So there's not much difference there. It's by a point. But I think some of the football we've played under Moyes, even before lockdown, you look at Liverpool away, Arsenal, you know, we was playing some decent stuff. You could see something building.
I'll be honest with you.
I was going to say,
well,
I know you said earlier, Nick, like you weren't a fan of his style of football, but I agree with Ryan. I think we played some decent stuff under Moyes.
Yeah, to be fair, you can't really. I think that's a very harsh way to judge the two managers, saying like they're not that different, because you know, Pellegrini got a pre-season with them all. Pellegrini got a chance to mould them into what he wants to. You know, it's a bit like when you start a game of chess. You know, when you start a game of chess, if you get halfway through and you're not doing that well, when someone takes control halfway through the game and they haven't made the moves and they haven't made the mistakes that you've already made, I think it's a bit tough to judge them on the second half of the season. I think taking over,
but a lot of people are.
Yeah, because they're just cunts, right? A lot of people.
Oh.
And they just can't. No, I don't mean to be rude. I class myself as one of them because I was dead against him.
No, but listen, that's fine to be against him. It's that, but be fair. Look, if you didn't want him in the start, give credit where it's due. And at the time, look, everyone knows I was against him, and I still stand by a lot of my criticism of certain things of his game management. However, you have to give him credit for what he's done, and as well, even if we can look back and say, right, the points he's got or whatever, right, he still, I think, you've got to want to see what he wants to do, what he can do with a full season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He deserves a pre-season. He deserves a summer transfer window, and he deserves to start next season. Yeah. But I just don't want, and I hope that some fans who don't like Moyes, from the beginning of next season are right on his back straight away.
I think clean slate. I think next season, going his fresh slate, forget it all. Let's act like as if he is, it's his first season, because it is. It's his first full season, not coming in trying to keep us up, right? So let's treat it like it's our first season. Forget the past, clean slate, right?
We see people on Twitter saying about we was linked with Ryan Fraser, and they're all saying, "Oh, what is this meant to be next level?" This is the problem with West Ham fans. Some of them is that some of us think that we are bigger than what we are. We need to start. We need to start again, and we need to start rebuilding, because we've been at the London Stadium. This is our 4th season now. We've been 3 relegation battles out of 4. It's not good enough. But then you can't turn your nose up at players like fucking Ryan Fraser on a free because they don't fit we're next level club. We've got to get past all that next level shit because it hasn't worked out.
Sadly, I can see why people
are a solid top half of the table side.
I can see why people are upset about the next level because we was promised it, but because of what?
No, I'm sorry, but you're not going to go from the bottom to the top, even if you're walking up a fucking flight of stairs. Bottom level to the first level, there's a lot of steps in between that. You have to treat every single one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't turn around and say, "Oh, right, one day we've got Ryan Fredericks, the next day, we're going to go and get fucking, I don't know, Wan-Bissaka or fucking, a big player like that, or someone from Real Madrid or Barcelona." That just ain't going to fucking happen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
go from fucking signing, what's his name? The geezer just left, Carlos Sanchez.
Yeah.
What? And the next level? What's the next level? Bruno Fernandes? It just ain't fucking possible.
Yeah.
Like going from the ground level to the first level, there's a lot of steps in between, and you've got to take every single step.
What I'm saying.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying what I'm saying because I wasn't disagreeing with what you were saying. I'm saying where this next level thing came from is when we moved to the stadium, we was promised next level. We was being linked with players like Lacazette and all of this, and we was going to get Champions League. And we looked like we was going to push on, and they was investing some money. But what people have failed to realize is how far backwards we have gone since that move to this stadium, right? And because we've gone so far backwards, like you say, now we need to forget about trying to push on to Europe. We need to stabilize in this league.
I don't think we've gone that far backwards.
I don't think we've gone that far backwards, but there's a lot
We've
of
gone
teams
back from the plan, from our ambitions, from where we're trying to.
There's a lot of teams that have improved more than us, and that's why they're in the top half of the table. And the thing is, with this next level stuff, you know, when people tell you the next level and that, we automatically thought it was going to be big major signings and things like that. But and we was let down. But it's time now to move on from that, sort of start again, and just start to. Because next level for us now, and I know it sounds fucking mad to say this because I never thought, is you've got to start looking to aim to be a top 10 Premier League team. And then you've got the next level after that is trying to break into sort of Europa League. You know, this club is a long way off from ever challenging top 4 because we won't have the investors and under this ownership to do it. But never say never. It could happen in the future. We could get bought out, but we just got to concentrate on now. And the level of players that we can sign and attract at this football club is because it is an attractive football club, but we've got to realise that we're not as big as some West Ham fans think we are.
Yeah, look, the reason I'm saying I don't think we've gone that far backwards is because if you look at the season before the last season at the Bowling, we were shit. We were shit.
No, in terms of our goals, isn't it?
Yeah, but
you admit
special player Dan that made everything tick. And
but Nick, you was on camera saying we'd finish 5th. Like we all thought we'd finish. I was saying 7th. I said 8th. No, but we all did because where we was going and what we was investing. What I'm saying is, in all of our mindset, we was looking at that area of the table, innit? Now, realities, we've come back down to reality. Now, in all our minds, we just think, shit, we need to stabilize mid-table for a while and settle and then grow gradually. So we have gone backwards in that respect, not in terms of actually physically on the pitch and what we're achieving.
No, but what I'm saying is we need to be a consistent top 10 team. Like even the worst we can finish is 10th, top half. But anything, you know, and then we aim to move for Europa because Europa League should be an ambition for West Ham.
Yeah,
you know, we should be because you attract better players when you get into these European competitions.
Do you know what I said? Do you know what the sad thing is about that, right? Is when we came up, right, with Big Sam, I remember we was all having those conversations. Obviously, the West Ham fan TV didn't exist, but I'm sure you was having this conversation with all your mates. I was having it with my mates and family. We was having that same conversation. What we need to do is go up and stabilize, be in the league for a bit, establish ourselves as a top 10 team, not be in a relegation battle, and then build and grow on there. And then, like 8 years later, we're back having that same conversation. Yeah. So
I've seen a few people in the comments saying, no, it isn't time to move on, Ryan. I'm not talking about moving on from the owners. I'm talking about moving on from listening to that next level stuff and starting again. I'm not saying let's forget about the owners. That's the last thing I want to say.
I don't think it's a bad thing, though, to use it as a stick to beat them when you need it is and hold it up to them and say, look, you know, not to say that, you know, you judge what we do in the transfer window off it and saying we can't get Ryan Fraser because he's not next level, but to say, board, like, remember, you said next level, by the way, you know, when use it as a stick to beat the board with, because it should be, that's their words. Whether we believed it or not, it's another thing. They said it, and that was the reason they moved us to this ground. And it hasn't happened. So, yeah, throw it in their face. But however, realize we're not going to get, you know, the big, sexy European names and all of that sort of thing. Realize where we are.
Well, we're never going to get anywhere near that while we're languishing at the bottom of the league. And we've languished towards the bottom of the league for 3 of the last 4 seasons. Yeah. And let's be fair, before the last season at the Boleyn and the one under Pellegrini where we finished, what was it, 11th, 10th? 10th?
Yeah. Well, 10th under Pellegrini, yeah. That was like best start.
Finished there. But the 3 seasons before that were just as fucking bad. Like we, as a West Ham fan, I think, look, it's so easy to, you know, to start to think because we've got this big shiny new stadium and the promises we pay, but we have to be realistic with ourselves. You know, we are West Ham United. We do this. We go round and round and round in fucking circles. Yeah. We have a good season and then we'll have 4 bad. It's never bothered me before, but I think the reason why it bothers so many people now is because of the promises. And yeah, absolutely correct. Hold them to their words, because they are the ones that fucking. Let's be honest. I don't care what anybody says. They fucking lied. They lied to get us to that stadium without a fuss. Yeah. And
I'll be honest, mate, I'd settle for trying to finish top 10 and win a cup.
But there's got to be a time where you have to just turn around and go, right, look, you're fucking barking up the wrong tree. You know, you got to realise, they've fucking done us. They've done us like fucking, like if you go and fucking get a score knocked off you by a con man and he runs away, you don't just stand in the same spot and expect him to come back and sort it out. Yeah, you have to move on at some point and just say, right, I've lost a score. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just one of them things you have to do. We've got to be realistic. Yeah, they've fucking done us like good uns. But you know, to turn around and say people like Ryan Fraser's a lot better player than a good few of them that we've got at the club now. I think he's a lot better than Anderson. I think he's a lot better than Yarmolenko.
Well, he's a lot better, probably a lot better for our side. Yeah, he's a lot better for our side. Someone said actually in the comments is Wolves have finished 7th both seasons. They came straight up. I think the difference is with Wolves is they're a much better run club. They're a much better run club. We are.
Yeah, only that they've got better players than us. They've got goals.
Yeah, because they're a better run club. Because they're a better run club. They've identified the right players for their team and not gone out and gone, I'll have this.
But we've identified players that we thought could take us forward, and it hasn't worked out.
Yeah, but because
that could have happened with Wolves.
Yeah, but because what they've done is they've gone out but Nuno's has gone out and identified a lot of these players, a lot of them from his home country, that all fit one philosophy of the way he wants to play.
Don't they also come down to the coaching and managing, and maybe it's the manager getting the best out of his players?
Yeah, but at the same time, you've got to all have players that fit. Like I say, like having an Hernandez here or an Allaire there, who none of them fit what we're trying to do. And you got a Moyes, it's all mishmash. It's all, none of it really fits. It's a weird collage of type of players rather than like everyone fits this system. You fit in this place, you know, and that's the big problem with us. And with Wolves, like they've the way they play and their philosophy goes from the youth team all the way up to the first team, and the same with their policy. It's sort of like a harmonious type of, you know, policy that they've got there. Whereas us, everything seems random. It's like, oh, this agent said we can get this bloke. Oh, we can get him. Let's just get him. Oh, he scored a few goals in that league. Rather than thinking like, oh, look, Allaire, he's brilliant in a 2 up top. We're going to play 2 up top. Yeah, let's play 2 up top and we'll sign him. Or why sign this guy who thrives in a strike partnership and sign him for we've said it a million times, and sign him to be a lone striker? It don't make sense. This is the big problem.
That comes down to management. Gold and Sullivan don't manage the team.
No, but then why is he signed? Why is
Pellegrini? That was Pellegrini's choice to let Hernandez go and Perez go.
But this is the problem, Ryan. We don't know this, do we? We don't know who's running what, who's in charge of what, who has this say. That is the big problem with this club. The lines are so blurred.
Hernandez, Perez, Carroll, and all that going. Look, Perez and Carroll, I think, was always on the way out. The Hernandez one is stinky for me because it all happened after the transfer window.